Well, good morning, Pilgrim. I got a sad, terrible story for you this morning. One that we really should spend some time thinking about when it comes to our families. Begin by reading from 2 Chronicles chapter 21 about King Jehoram, who reigned in Judah. Jehoshaphat slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. And Jehoram, his son, reigned in his place. He had brothers, the sons of Jehoshaphat: Azariah, Jehiel, Zechariah, Azariah, Michael, and Shephatiah. All these were the sons of Jehoshaphat, king of Israel. Their father gave them great gifts of silver, gold, and valuable possessions, together with fortified cities in Judah. But he gave the kingdom to Jehoram, because he was the firstborn. When Jehoram had ascended the throne of his father and was established, he killed all his brothers with the sword, and also some of the princes of Israel. Jehoram was 32 years old when he became king, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, as the house of Ahab had done, for the daughter of Ahab was his wife. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. Yet the Lord was not willing to destroy the house of David because of the covenant that he had made with David, and since he had promised to give a lamp to him and to his sons forever. And in his days Edom revolted from the rule of Judah and set up a king of their own. Then Jehoram passed over with his commanders and all his chariots, and he rose by night and struck the Edomites who had surrounded him and his chariot commanders. So Edom revolted from the rule of Judah to this day. At that time Libnah also revolted from his rule, because he had forsaken the Lord, the God of his fathers. Moreover, he made high places in the hill country of Judah, and led the inhabitants of Jerusalem into whoredom, and made Judah go astray. And a letter came to him from Elijah the prophet, saying, Thus says the Lord, the God of David your father, because you have not walked in the ways of Jehoshaphat your father, or in the ways of Asa, king of Judah, but have walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, and have enticed Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem into whoredom, as the house of Ahab led Israel into whoredom, and also you have killed your brothers of your father's house, who were better than you. Behold, the Lord will bring a great plague on your people, your children, your wives, and all your possessions. And you yourself, you will have a severe sickness with a disease of your bowels until your bowels come out, because of the disease, day by day. And the Lord stirred up against Jehoram the anger of the Philistines and of the Arabians, who are near the Ethiopians. And they came up against Judah and invaded it, and carried away all the possessions they found that belonged to the king's house, also his sons and his wives, so that no son was left to him except Jehoahaz, his youngest son. And after all this, the Lord struck him in his bowels with an incurable disease. In the course of time, at the end of 2 years, his bowels came out because of the disease, and he died in great agony. His people made no fire in his honor, like the fires made for his fathers. He was 32 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem, and he departed with no one's regret. They buried him in the city of David, but not in the tombs of the kings. Not well remembered fella. November 25, 1883. Charles Spurgeon gave a sermon entitled All or None, or Compromise Refused, a sermon with 5 texts. And he read some texts from Exodus 8, 10, chapter 8 and chapter 10. Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land, only you shall not go very far away. But who are they that shall go? Go now, ye that are men, and serve the Lord. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed, there shall not an hoof be left behind. And this is from his sermon. There are many professing Christians who seem to be determined to be the Lord's, but their children can belong to Pharaoh and to the devil. For instance, the boy is getting of a certain age. Well, let him be sent to a foreign school, and preferably a Roman Catholic school. Will that be useful to his religion? Yet if he should turn out a papist, his foolish father it'll almost break his heart. It was all his own doing, was it not? Well, the girls, of course, they must go into society. And so everything is done to put them into places of danger where they will not be likely to be converted, and where in all probability they will become light-hearted and vain. Then a situation is looked out for the boy. How often there is no question about the master being a Christian. Is it a business that the lad can follow without injury to his morals? No. It is a fine, roaring trade and a cutting house where he will pick up in a smart way. Let him go there, yes, and if he goes to perdition, well, alas, there are Christians who do not think of that. The children of some professors are offered up to Moloch, the Molochs of this world. We think it horrible that heathens offer their children in sacrifice to idols, yet many professors put their children where, according to all likelihood, they will be ruined. So don't let it be so with you. Do not let the devil entangle you in that compromise, but say, no, my house, God helping me, shall be so conducted that I will not put temptation into my child's way. I will not lead them into the paths of sin. Yeah, folks, Jehoram's disastrous reign was largely due to his marriage into a wicked family. Yeah, and his wife, read about her, Athaliah. She comes later in the book of Chronicles. All arranged by his godly father, Jehoshaphat. Carelessness, we pay in the end, or our children pay. The Lord was with him. He sought the Lord, and he walked in his commandments. His heart was lifted up in the ways of the Lord. And he did what was right in the sight of the Lord. This was Jehoshaphat, but not his son. He ruined his son. Let's not ruin our children. Let's teach them. Don't let the state, don't give them to the government schools or the Catholic schools. Or give them to Moloch. No. Well, God bless, brothers and sisters. Have a great day.